Hey, good evening, whoever is out there. I decided last second to do a live stream. Got the house to myself. Gorgeous night out. As you can see, I'm not in the usual spot. I'm just in the kitchen because you know what? I like these Saturday night hangouts to be like, you know, come on over, let's hang out in the kitchen, have a few drinks, and just talk about whatever. So, Saturday. I hope everyone's doing well. It's been kind of a lackluster day for me. Dropped off the family at the airport today. They're heading out to Nashville and then down to Huntsville. Daughter's going to space camp, so she's gonna be gone for a little while, and the wife's hanging out with her down there. Well, she's able to work from home, so yeah, she got an Airbnb, and it's like have Wi-Fi, can work. So I got the house to myself, and I didn't feel like going anywhere. Um, Besides, when you get older and you move to a different area from where you grew up with, your social circles are smaller now. So and last minute stuff of like, hey man, you want to just go out to the bar is kind of lame at my age. And this is also a test run for next week's live stream because I'm gonna have the dogs and deal with them. So you're gonna hear some dogs barking. So FBA, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you here. Look forward to seeing you in 3 weeks. 3 weeks from tonight, as a matter of fact, or well, actually Friday if you're coming out to Purchase Street. But yeah, looking forward to Boston. That is going to be just an incredible time. I know me and Mike, Anthony, Steve, and Gary, we talk about it constantly. So yeah, looking forward to it. And Jeff, hey Jeff, good to see you. Awesome video today I got to watch. And we got Alex here and Emma saying the same thing. Yes, and they are actually heading to the Stones. They're actually doing a live stream in an hour, so um, they're doing a pre-show. So I'm pre-showing with them in spirit, and spirits. Well, beer. So yeah, it's gonna be like same with FEA there, that yeah, Boston's gonna be great. Um, been talking about it for so long that it's gonna be surreal when the time actually comes. Just to finally meet everybody. You're gonna be hearing this a lot with the dog. He's dropping his bone in order for me to. So I'm gonna go put that away. Forgive me 1 second. We're done. Had to put away his toys. So yeah, just hanging out. Hopefully some comments. We'll get some conversation. I know some other people I invited to come on out. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make this a true hangout. I'm going to. This might be dangerous. I'm going to put the link on if anyone wants to join. Vance, buddy, are you pre-gaming also for the big show tonight? I am jealous. I wanted to see that show. What was it, last month, middle last month in May? I wanted to go, but it was on a Wednesday, and in order for me to actually fully enjoy a concert in the middle of the week, I honestly have to take 2 days off because I get up so early in the morning. I get up at like 2 to go to work. So I could go to work and try to power through it, the next day is definitely a day off, but the day of the show, I like to be rested up. But let's see what we got. Next up, right on. Very cool. And let's welcome to the stage, all the world's a stage. We got Steve.
How you doing?
Doing well. How are you doing, buddy?
All right. You know, it's very screwy. I've noticed that the last couple live streams I've watched, I go to comment and it comes up failed attempt, error. I don't know why that happens. I'm hoping somebody can give me an idea of how to rectify that problem within YouTube, because I don't know why it's happening. I tried commenting the other night with Alex and Jason and Sam. I couldn't. Just tried it with you. Got the same goddamn error. So
Really?
Yep. I gotta get some better lighting in here.
Yeah, I just got kitchen light and I got the door open for the dogs. So you'll be hearing them throughout the evening.
I think Alex and Emma are going live tonight, like in an hour. They're going to the Stones tomorrow night.
Yes, they are, and Vance.
Oh, I see Alex and Emma are on here. I have something to show here that I don't know if Emma has a copy of this. It just arrived today. It's a big time grail.
Oh.
I don't think they ran a lot of these. This must have been it had to have been a special edition. I'm not sure. I'm sure Emma can fill us in, no problem.
Right.
It doesn't say anywhere in here that's a record store date because it's still in the shrink wrap.
Okay.
I haven't even opened it yet.
Nice.
But this is what I think 2005. Great album.
Okay.
She's saying, "Yay, what color?" So obviously,
Oh.
she's probably collected all the colors. Let's see what color I have here. I got it from a reseller on Discogs.
Oh, okay.
Not going to tell you how much I paid for it. You'd be sickened by what I paid for it.
Probably.
Got a red one, Emma. What's that worth?
Quickly, go to Discogs. What's it worth?
What's that?
Said quickly, go to Discogs. See what it's worth for the red one.
Well, I bought it on Discog.
Oh, okay.
But I paid a pretty penny for it. Now, I think the only two that I don't have are the ones they haven't released on vinyl, and that's, I think, no, there's three. They haven't released Rockford, the latest, and the self-titled, but their second self-titled, not their debut. Yeah, oh yes, so see, she knows. She's got the blue. There is a green and white too. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'd like to know, when did you get this, Emma? Did you get it when it was released?
Yeah,
and if so, what did you pay for it?
I'm not into collecting the variants.
Yeah, I don't need all the copies. I mean, it's like with the album cover of In Through the Outdoor, Led Zeppelin.
Right.
Yeah, if I've got one, I'm fine.
Exactly.
I'll buy, the anniversary editions of stuff if they're adding additional tracks.
Right. Yeah. There's extra content, which is why the only thing I have in my collection is the Number of the Beast. Because it came out was 2 years ago. It came out with that 40th anniversary one. There's the trading of Gangland and Total Eclipse, but but it was the concert that really got me. Let's see, trying to.
Well, let's see. I think you got pretty much nothing but that in the room. Let's see, me, Trevor, Jeff.
Right.
Um,
FVA, he's got a
no,
few
not
of that.
no. FBA has a ridiculous head of hair.
Vance, I don't think I've seen him
Vance
with.
is always wearing a hat, so I'm assuming he's bald.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've been enjoying let's see. Yes.
yeah. Yeah. Emma and Alex are getting lucky tomorrow night because it's going to be beautiful here.
Okay.
I think our high tomorrow is only like 72 degrees tomorrow. I mean, they'll be on the lakefront, so it'll be a little cooler. But I mean, what is it supposed to be here tomorrow? Yeah, our high tomorrow 73, but sunny.
Yeah, ours is 76. Yeah, a little overcast. So, oh, hey, JT and Heidi Lee. Good evening.
Mystery Science
Oh,
Theater. Okay.
nice. Hello.
Yeah, okay, Vance. Yeah, I got nothing. There's no videos without my hat.
Let's see.
And Emma, can you correct me if am I wrong? Are those the only 3 Cheap Trick albums that are not available on vinyl? The latest, Rockford, and the second self-titled.
Maybe we're gonna leave for tomorrow night. Okay. Gonna get cool at night, and then I'm on the balcony. All right.
I've only seen the Stones twice, but both times it was in the 70s. For whatever reason, I've just never gone since then. I mean,
yeah, I saw him Steel Wheels, and that was great. I mean, I really wish I would have been able to see him last month, but yeah.
okay. I saw him in 75
Oh,
at
nice.
at Milwaukee County Stadium, which is where the Brewers were playing at the time.
Okay.
And the Eagles and Rufus opened up for him. Now, if you might remember Rufus because you're from the air.
Shaka Khan.
Yep,
Yes.
Chaka Khan. Yep, tell me something good. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw him in 78 down at the Superdome in New Orleans because I was in the Air Force. I was in Biloxi, Mississippi, which is about, I don't know, 70, 80 miles east of New Orleans. So me, my roommate, and 2 other guys, we went to New Orleans to go see him. But then the opening acts were the Doobie Brothers and Van Halen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. That would have been awesome. Yeah, the Stones, they've been known for having good opening acts, but then the Who were known to have good opening acts, but weren't they also often booed up the stage just because they weren't the Who, and it was like almost like they were in the way of seeing the Who.
And the 2 guys were at Altamont.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you were within the area where the bad shit came down. Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, they always claim that Altamont show was like, the moment that the 60s died.
Right. Yeah. That was the end of the Summer of Love. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, Gimme Shelter, such a great movie. I haven't watched that movie in a few years. There was one New Year's that the girls were back in Michigan for something. And I was, left home to stay with the dogs. So I had a concert movie marathon, and Gimme Shelter was one of those films.
I see Netflix just posted a documentary on Nickelback. I've got to watch that.
Oh, someone else posted that, and I'm mildly curious because I'm not into that. I'm not into that kind of stuff. But
yeah, that's why I want to see it, just for the.
Well, because it's kind of also in the title of, they're known to be hated too.
Yeah.
So, oh, I forgot this one. Didn't see this one. Read Joe Sullivan's book about Altamont. It's great. Okay.
I'll be back in a second. I'm going to grab something to drink.
Right on. And Hendrix wants me to play fetch with him, doesn't he? Don't you? He's got this, those big, huge bones. Give me that. These nasty things. And he wants me to toss it. I'm going to give this to you one time. But, yeah, I'll have to look into that book. Check it out. That whole concert is just so fascinating. Everything around it. I mean, I don't recall who else besides Jefferson Airplane. I can't remember if who else was on that show. But yeah, I know that even Airplane caught some heat during that show too. So, but yeah, there it is. And the dogs are having conversation with the other dog, the neighbor dogs. Olaf.
Can I have one of my ciders here? One of my Swedish ciders.
Hey, Dave. Marty Ballin got put. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, remember that.
Play and then bail at the last minute.
Smart move.
Oh, were they supposed to play at Ultimate?
Apparently. But yeah,
thank God. Thank God, got the new air conditioning installed today.
Excellent. How long did it take for the house to cool? Or was in the morning, so it's probably.
Well, they got here at 8 o'clock. They were done by 11:30, and I think it took until about 2:30 for the house to get to the temperature we wanted.
Okay.
Because, I mean, what happens? The whole house. It's not just the air in the house that gets warm. The furniture gets warm. The walls get warm. And it takes quite a while for the house to cool down. But yeah, I'm glad that got done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it became a miserable day here today because it drizzled all day yesterday. And then this morning it was cloudy, overcast in the morning. Then about noon the sun came out, and then the humidity and just went. It skyrocketed. So thank God the air was up and running.
Right on. Yeah, otherwise you wouldn't be in that room right now.
Yeah. No.
So
big difference.
Interviewed Marty Balin once. Said he was nice. Well, it's always good when a artist that comes in is nice. I mean,
yeah, the girl that sings for Jefferson Starship, Jefferson Airplane, whatever they're calling themselves now. She's from about 20, 25 minutes from my house. She grew up here.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I think they played like one of the street festivals back home. And yeah, it's pretty much just Mickey Thomas and hired hands at this point.
Yeah, her name's Kathy Richardson. She has a great voice.
Scott.
In fact, she can do a great Janis Joplin. In fact, there was even a play/musical called Love Janis. It was based on letters that Janis wrote to her sister. That's why they called it Love Janis.
All right.
And because the vocals of it were so demanding, they had the female lead, they had two people in the role, and they would alternate every other day because they just couldn't do it 2 days in a row.
Oh, believe it.
Yeah.
Cherry Festival. I did that once as a kid, and I'm sure by now it's probably absolutely just insanity. up there in Traverse City. And Jefferson Starship is also playing. Cool.
Got a lot of Michigan's being well represented again. We got Jeff, we got JT Hialeah, we got Scott at No Solution.
Yeah.
I don't know where Dave, the pickup artist, is from. He's from Michigan too.
No, I just look at
okay.
You know, come on. We also got this is when Bed Bath and Beyond still existed. We had to buy 2 different cutting boards to do that, and then we got a Washington one, of course. So,
Dave's in Florida. Okay.
Hey, Dan.
There's Dan. Dan's enjoying the Black Sabbath box set.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are out of Jersey, I believe, right?
I like Jeff's comment.
I'm not signing anything.
Yeah. Very much.
Nice.
Yeah, got all my. That's why I have the Cheap Trick album handy, because I've got all my stuff laid out to record tomorrow. My June purchases.
Yeah, I should probably do my second quarter, since I didn't
realize Hialeah is from Rockford.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Hang on. I'm gonna yell at the dogs real quick.
They're building a Hard Rock casino out in Rockford. My sister used to live there, but she moved about 3 years ago down to Missouri. So yeah, actually, Dan Stoner, I ended up getting the CD box set too, because after I saw you show it, and it has bonus tracks which were not on the vinyl, I ended up buying that box set too. So I have them both now.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Now
Hey,
we
guys.
got
Hey.
Hey, party people. How's the audio if it's like this?
Oh, it's like 4K audio.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sounds fine. Sounds fine.
Thank you. How are you guys? How are you guys doing?
Doing all right. Hey, Jack.
Jack is here.
Well, we've missed what you've been talking about over the last several minutes, getting set up and everything. But I know Emma has some wax.
Yes.
She wants to show you, Steve, at least.
So this is the
right.
new one I have, a special one.
Okay.
So I think they kind of did the cover. I think they did like a white, maybe a yellow. There's a green out there, and then you have the red. What was the question that you asked about what was on vinyl?
Those are the 3 albums of theirs that they have not released on vinyl, right? Is the latest, Rockford, and the self-titled second album.
Yeah, so Rockford was just CD.
Right, I've got that.
Yeah, 97 was CD, actually Tragic with the Red Ant story, but latest was on vinyl.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
You have it? Oh, goddamn you.
Latest, I know, and this was a grail for me to track down. This was actually sent from a viewer of mine. Like, I would not have been able to find this or afford this if that didn't happen. So
what's it going for, do you know?
If one pops up, I've seen it somewhere around like $400, $500.
Wow.
So yeah. And I don't anticipate that they're gonna have another run. I don't think.
I would hope they would do a repress, but
maybe.
I have about 10 albums.
You, babe.
Which one's
I have about 10 albums like that where I need a repress or just an original press. I mean, like Deep Purple, Bananas. Okay, they printed that once. If I want to buy it, it's going to cost me probably $500-$600. but there's no sellers in the U.S. They're all in Europe. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing that. And then what's another one? Shit. Well, I mean, like I said, those. Oh, Deep Purple also. The album Abandoned. They never released that on vinyl. That I would like to see them print. But
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Trevor, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Mac and Jack.
Mac and Jack.
Amber Ale. I talked to the guys about this because they're customers of ours.
Okay.
And they just made that up.
Can you show the glass again? Like, okay. I was like, that is some dense looking iced tea you got going on there.
Yeah, that's what I tell the wife all the time.
Yeah.
Followed by a bullshit.
Are you guys eating in downtown Chicago tomorrow before the show?
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know where
we'll
you're
probably.
going?
I don't think so yet. It's just kind of up in the air.
We got some options because, like, we have we're in Rear GA, and so we want to get there early, and by we want to get there early, Emma wants to get there early.
Jeff.
So Emma has her strategy kind of planned out. My job is basically just be like the big person that fucks everybody up that tries to mess with her.
Keeps them off me.
So, but we'll get there whatever time to like line up and stuff. But we're literally like
not really line up, but scope the stadium.
Sure. But we're like, I do like Lou's. We're right next to a Lou's. We could do like hot dogs. You know, we'll get down there probably around noon and spend a few hours messing around. So,
Emma, have you ever been to Chicago Pizza and Oven Grinder on Clark?
I have not. No.
I'll bet you if Vance is still here, I'll bet you Vance has been there. It's the most unique pizza in the world. It's at 2121 North Clark. Yeah. And right across the street is where the St. Valentine's Day Massacre happened. There's a big story about it on the back of the menu. But they sell pizza by the pound, not by the inches. Okay?
Wow.
Just like me.
Thank you.
Okay.
I wish I could remember.
Vance has been there. I highly recommend going there before the concert, but it's a cash only establishment, and they do not take reservations. Hey, Anthony.
There he goes.
What's up, peeps?
Hey.
Hi, Alex. Hi, Emma.
Hey.
What's up, Anthony?
Hi, what's up, Steve? Trev?
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, water.
How's life in the world champion Boston area there? Must be good. Okay.
Very good, Alex.
But you also, because I remember you talking about this, you bet against your Bruins.
I did.
But you went with your Celtics.
I did.
So it was probably a good.
I did good.
Good day for you in a number of ways, yeah.
Alex, I say when I win, I say when I lose. I got my ass kicked during football.
Yeah.
But I slayed during NHL and NBA.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I did good. Thank God. I mean, take it when it comes.
That's right.
How's everyone doing?
Hanging out.
Good.
Oh, you know what, Emma? That's the other one. I mean, if you guys, you have to have gone to Peace, right? I'm assuming.
Oh yeah. If we were more up that way or could like swing going over to Wicker Park, I would love to go to Peace because I love Peace for a variety of reasons. But
for people who don't know, that's Rick Nielsen's pizza place.
Yeah, he co-owns it. Great beer too. But
right around the corner from the Double Door.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the only celebrity-owned place I went to Cooperstown, not the one in Arizona. There was one in Ohio.
There was one in Cleveland, yeah.
I've been to the one in Cleveland, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's since shut down.
Well, I think it was like, I mean, looking back, it was right downtown. And this sounds like funny. I mean, I know Anthony's a big sports fan, but like the Cleveland like city economy for years and years and years was really based on LeBron James.
Hey Jeff,
so,
what's
like,
up, bro?
What?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. And so like when LeBron came in, like city Cleveland was like booming, like the bars and restaurants, everything was just. And then when he left the first time, like so many of those places went out because like people just like we don't care anymore. And then he comes back, and then it started happening again, and all those different things. But yeah, I do remember going there. God, I think it was before an Alice Cooper show, so this would have been like 2004, 5, something like that.
Okay.
I was there in 2003 because I went to see Springsteen there on the Rising tour, and that's when I went to Cooperstown.
Mm. Was that probably was played at the Gund Arena at the time? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. My band's gonna die, but I forget to wait for it. Yep.
Take care, Jeff.
Looking
Bye,
forward to
Bye,
it
Jeff.
too. Yeah, on our text thread and our phone conversations, yeah, it's we bring up Boston quite often. Just oh my god, and it's right around the corner.
3 weeks, dude.
Gonna be insane.
Everybody get their shirt size request in?
Well, I gave you. Well,
And
you
color.
yeah, you came up to me.
Yeah, but you're supposed to respond to Mike. Was supposed to send out a joint text. And
Oh,
You
okay.
did.
I'll make sure that
you're supposed to respond to him because he was going to put it on, of all things, a spreadsheet to pass on to me.
yes, of course. That's the only. We got one more coming in.
Oh gosh.
Yay!
Good evening.
FVA.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, bud.
That's you.
Thank you.
How are you guys?
Doing
Very
well.
good. How you doing?
Good.
You.
So
Yeah.
good.
FEA, you got to tone the sexiness down a little, would you? Jesus.
Yeah.
Listen to your voice and that head of hair and Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that microphone too.
Radio vocals.
Yep.
Just,
I know. Wow. Look at it. We got 3 bald bastards. FVA is flowing.
Yeah.
so yeah, we're just hanging out. That's all we're doing. I had no agenda whatsoever tonight. I just wanted to hang out with my friends, and if people wanted to show up in the chat, cool. And it's the kitchen table round table type thing.
How long were you gone, FBA? How long were you on vacation?
Vacation? Where do you mean in Europe?
When you were in Europe, how long were you gone? Seemed like you were gone quite a while.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had a chance. Yeah, had 3 weeks. Yeah. So I stayed mainly in France, where all my family are, very close to Germany, and I took a small trip to Spain. So yeah, I was mainly in France, Spain, 2 days, for 2 days, and in Germany. Could cross the border like every day. So I visited 2 cities in Germany.
Because you can do that in Europe, yeah.
Yeah, and Black Forest. This is where I found some krautrock in Freiburg. Yeah, so I was very, very lucky. Yeah.
So crossing borders over there, how different is it from here? Like going into Canada or vice versa?
It's very, very different. This is where I grew up, so very close to Switzerland and Germany. And back in the days when I was living there, I used to work in Switzerland, and they were like nothing. You could cross the border, France, Germany, and they are this agreement for it's been going for the past 20 years, which means you don't even realize sometimes when you cross border between Belgium, the Netherlands, that you are in another country. You have only a sign, and there is nothing. There is no toll. There is no control. There is clearly nothing. It's nothing to compare.
So it would be kind of like you going from Quebec into Ontario.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Switzerland is a bit different, but it's not that hard. Sometimes they are just standing at the border guard. They are watching the cars, but they don't like stop every car and ask, "Hey, what are you doing?" or something. So way different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't crossed the border since 2007.
Wow.
It's been forever. I mean, and being in the Seattle area, I got Vancouver,
Yeah.
2.5 hours away. I still have yet to go over there, but I went to London, Ontario, to see Heaven and Hell because there wasn't a Detroit date yet, and I was not going to miss that at all. And so it was only like a 3-hour drive, so it wasn't that big of a deal to get to London, Ontario.
Yeah.
I have to classify that.
Now you guys are going live at 8, right? I'm on.
Yeah, I think so.
And yours is you mainly going to focus on the Stones?
I mean, it's it's the pre-Stone party, but I'm sure the
It'll flow.
It'll flow.
It'll flow.
It'll flow.
Vance, I did Live With Me, although pulling it up right now, it looks like that is losing very, very badly. So it looks like it's between Like a Rolling Stone and Shattered, which I know Alex has some feelings on Shattered.
I'm just saying, well, look, it's fine. Shattered's fine. I just think in the long canon of Stone songs, I could do without Shattered. But I think where my frustration as a fan comes in, as a dues paying member, is the choices that were given on Thursday were like Bangerville, like Banger Central. And then the choices this time, I feel like we're getting like
the leftovers.
Just taking the full experience. It's good to go.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a blast. But we were really hoping for She's a Rainbow and the whole thing.
That was on Thursday they did that, yeah.
Who's opening?
Lainey Wilson.
Guys, I'll be right back. I gotta try to fix the volume on here.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if
he's gonna be right back. He's gotta check something.
I don't know if you were listening before when I was telling Trevor the 2 times that I saw the Stones, who the opening acts were. Did you hear me?
No.
I think I might have, but it's good. It's good for her.
Yeah, I didn't. Thank you.
It's in '75. I saw them at Milwaukee County Stadium. Okay, where the Brewers used to play. Well, at that time, I think were they still the Braves? Can't even remember. But it was the Eagles and Rufus. Remember Chaka Khan?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Remember the song? Tell me something good. Remember that song?
Yep.
And then in '78, I saw him. I was in the Air Force, so I was in Biloxi, Mississippi. But me and a bunch of guys, we went over to New Orleans to see him. And the opening acts were the Doobie Brothers and Van Halen.
Wow, that was Van Halen 1 there, yeah.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I never heard of them opening. I mean, all you ever hear is Van Halen opening for Sabbath.
For Black Sabbath, yeah.
And for the Stones, I mean for that crowd, that must have been kind of like, what the hell is this? For a new band like that.
Yeah, I mean, even
probably followed by the Doobie Brothers too.
I mean, even the Doobie Brothers were a strange choice,
True. Well, I mean,
you don't know me, but
well, I mean, hell, speaking of Van Halen, I mean, that last tour they had Kool and the Gang opening up for them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm like, how? I mean, that was totally rough.
Well, then didn't they have and I get why, but it's also like, I don't, what I mean? They had like Kenny Wayne Shepherd doing it one year too, where it was like, they're looking for like the guitarists and stuff like that, but it seems like I don't know. It's like you could have had like a banger band up there.
And Kenny Wayne Shepherd's father-in-law is?
I don't know. Dak
Nobody.
Shepard? No.
Kenny Wayne Shepherd's father-in-law. Trivia question. Anybody know his father-in-law is?
No.
Mel Gibson.
Oh, really?
I know that.
Yeah. He's married to one of Mel's daughters, who, when I saw Kenny Wayne Shepherd at the House of Blues, she sat on the stage on a stool right center, backed up against the curtain. Yeah, it was the strangest thing I've ever seen.
That was getting like sexual kind of for a second.
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
know.
what, he's like, you should have seen my legs on her. You know?
The only time I saw Van Halen, it was in '88, and they had a slew of opening acts because it was the Monsters of Rock Festival. So it was, top of the bill was Van Halen, Scorpions, Dokken, Metallica, which pretty much took over the whole thing, and then the opening act, the opening band was Kingdom Come, which was Greta Van Fleet. So
yeah.
let's see. Yeah, I saw the Living Color one in '89.
Well, that's
that would have been cool, but I could see people would have been like,
What, Living Color?
No, I love those guys. I'm saying like the people there were probably like.
Well, at the time, I mean, Cult of Personality was still a big hit.
Yeah.
So, they got off on that. It was a cool night. All I remember, aside from the shows itself, the music that they played before and in between the bands.
The house music.
Yes. I remember them playing, which is like such a deep track. They played 00 UFO by the Ramones.
Yeah.
Like a couple times. And I'm like, this is what? But I think a lot of that was mixed. Well, I know Living Color was mixed choice to get on the bill because he pretty much discovered them.
Yeah.
Which apparently adds CBGBs, which I'm like, can you imagine like that tiny little dank bar in Mick Jagger one? I'm like,
that's crazy.
But I guess that's also a New York thing too. Like, tiny little, not really that
I can't tell that's FBA clacking away or if Anthony didn't mute when he left, but we got there's some noises happening.
Yeah, that is me. That is me going on because when I came on with Trevor, I was telling him I was having on my laptop. I cannot post comments. Okay, it's coming up as error, so I don't know. There's some setting on my laptop that is not on my PC. So I just tried it here on my PC, and it comes up right away. So I have to.
Steve, I was going to tell you. I meant to tell you this. I was texting you back when I think it was probably Wednesday when you were trying to chat with us. It was, I guess it was the weekend after. It might have been your birthday stream that you did. Because it was the weekend after I was here that we were watching. And you were talking about you didn't do much listening because you were watching the U.S. Open.
Right.
And I was trying to type in the chat, like, Steve, like, I need the Steve thoughts on, like, Live versus PGA. And, like, I got Emma into golf and, all these different things. And it kept giving me an error. And it wouldn't let me ask that question. And so it, like, timed me out for, like, 20 minutes. And then I, like, just jumped in with some, like, general, like, music thing. And then, like, I Googled it, and they're like, yeah, like, YouTube doesn't like when people ask, like, polarizing questions. Which I find hard to believe, given some streams.
Yeah.
But also, I found it was hilarious because I was, like, trying to, like, ask all these, like, questions about your thoughts on, like, that situation. And if you like Bryson or not, because you just don't really like Bryson.
Well, I mean, wouldn't any sports live stream be divisive from the get?
And what Yankees and Mets fans can't come on, at the same time? Is that it? They can't say which team in New York is better, whatever. Yeah, I see advanced. My problem was it wouldn't go through. I would type in a comment and it would just come up error or something. So, but it works on my PC. It doesn't from my laptop, and I don't know why. I have to look at some kind of settings.
So I'm having an issue here, too.
You look to me like you are tech savvy. What is it?
Nothing.
Because it's a French guy? You think he's tech savvy?
No, he just strikes me as tech savvy. Come on.
What is that tech savvy? I didn't understand.
Like you understand technology.
Not really. Yeah.
No.
It'd be more like
Get the best
you'd be like more tech suave.
Okay.
You've got that microphone and those headsets. My God.
You have the best sound out of all five of us. So
Yeah, it's when I started to do streams, it's to avoid this background noise
Right.
or yeah.
did that too when Steve and I first did the streams. I was doing the headphones just so with this, the speakers on the laptop and the microphone cutting out. So, I mean, if everyone did the headphone microphone thing, it would sound flawless.
Yeah, I recently upgraded my computer, but when I started the channel, I had this old machine from 9 years old, and the sound was really like crap. The mic, the built-in mic. So I had to buy this little thing. It cost me a fortune, but
it looks good.
You're making money doing this, so.
I need to know if Alex or FEA have this album. I just got it, and I cannot believe how good it is. It's No Man, Flower Mouth.
No, never heard of it.
So it's Steven Wilson.
Okay.
Man, and it's from, what year is this from? 2005? No, it's actually recorded in 93 and then remixed in 99, but I had never heard of it.
Oh, so this is all his like pre-Porcupine Tree stuff.
Yeah, this is old stuff, but man, I love this album. It's really good.
Because is that with is his name Tim Bonus?
Tim Bonus, yeah.
Okay, yeah. See.
Look at yeah.
Have you listened to their podcast?
I've seen clips, like just scrolling through Instagram, but I've never like listened to it though. Okay.
Have you, FEA? Steven Wilson, Tim Bonus?
Not
podcast?
really.
No.
I wouldn't say freak or fan. I'm really. I should go a little bit deeper into Porcupine Tree, or I would say new prog material. Yeah. I'm a zero expert. Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, I tried listening to a Van de Graaff album, and that's vocally that's a tough listen.
Oh, come on.
Which one? Which one?
It was the one that David Atkinson had recommended a couple weeks ago. What was it? Well, let me look at my spreadsheet, and I can let you know.
Yeah.
I can do a quick sort for you.
Who is David Atkinson?
So I'm using an iPad, and the volume on my end is absolutely horrendous. That's why I paused my camera for a bit. I wanted to see if I could get the sound quality a little better. This sucks.
Well, your sound is very low. That I can tell you. Your level's low.
I have it all the way up too.
Really? That's all the way up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Well, it's time to pull an FBA and drop megabucks to buy a cool setup, Anthony.
All right. When you say megabucks, how much are we talking, FBA?
Oh, for me, like 40.
The mic. Probably at $350 US. Only the mic.
All right.
Yeah, but it comes with some cable and
cable. Oh, it's a part.
Yeah, no.
Say no more.
20 bonaires, okay?
No, I mean a very long cable that you can plug in your computer, and you really have to install the freeware, the software, which helps to and it's it's like a common brand for a podcast. Actually, this is more for podcast type of thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
FEA, you sound great on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said,
you're clear as day, dude.
Yep. What happens when we meet FBA though in real life here in a few weeks? And when he talks, he sounds awful. And we're like, you just got carried on that fancy mic everywhere. Like
we're gonna love him just the same.
He's just like, oh, well, hold on, you know. You're like, geez, use the mic, man. Like
somebody get him a microphone.
Without the mic,
USDs, all right.
Without the mic, the voice is horrible. The accent is even worse. No, thank you.
I don't think anyone at that party is gonna have a worse accent than myself. It's bad.
No, I really like your is that Italian Boston or
just straight northeast Boston. I can't get off of it.
Oh yeah. It's basically it's Goodwill Hunting minus the
No, honestly, Alex, those movies, they're fucking horrendous. I hate watching. Even Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, it's like they don't even know how to fucking talk Boston anymore.
Yeah.
It's brutal. they try too hard. It's bad.
What about like Boondock Saints or something like that?
Yeah, same shit. It just I don't know. I watch those movies and
Okay. Name a movie that has like the most authentic Boston.
I really don't know. But even like Kevin Costner when he was doing on JFK, oh my God, horrible.
That was bad. When
That's
he was
pretty
doing
bad.
that.
Horrendous.
I can't remember who the reviewer was on the Oliver Stone JFK movie.
Great movie.
He had a great line. Well, the reviewer hated the movie, and he said the only thing Oliver Stone had right in that movie was the name of the victim.
Good. History joke.
Thank you.
That's a good
I
one.
didn't like the ending. Well, we got to go prepare for a stream coming up.
Right on.
Right, enjoy, guys.
So,
Well,
but I will say, Trevor, whatever, how long you all go, all the different things, you all are all invited to our stream too. So
Thank you, guys.
Pop in the chat. We'll get you the link, and we're kind of talking Rolling Stones because we're seeing them tomorrow, but also we'll talk about anything. So
hopefully they play "Give Me Shelter."
Oh,
Yeah.
If they don't, we're gonna.
That's my favorite.
We're gonna riot.
Yeah.
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 Have a good
I don't know.
night,
Chicago
guys.
doesn't like those too much.
Yeah.
Great stream, guys. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right. See you guys.
All right.
Two
All right,
toys.
guys.
Bye.
Bye. Awesome. I'm
I'm
jealous.
not using the StreamYard app. Maybe that's why. I'm just using the link that you sent in the email, Trev.
You don't have to install any app.
No.
No.
No, I'm not on the app. I'm just on the regular link that Trevor
Yeah,
sent out.
that's how it works. Yeah. Even when I do this, when I
can't see any comments on my screen right now.
Yeah, I have the same problems. Mainly because because when I'm logged into YouTube on Fringe by Analytic, the main address is another one I'm logged into in StreamYard. So it's two different.
Okay.
That's the way. But if you have like one account, Gmail, whatever, and one address or one channel attached to that, and you logged and you use the same YouTube and StreamYard, then you should be able to write comment.
That's what they just did, FEA. When I when I froze my when I shut down my screen, they sent me a link to my YouTube, and I had to log in that way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're right.
But I'm not an expert, so this is I know that's the problem. I can see the comments, but I cannot reply. I have this join the chat button, and if I hit that button, I would say, hey, you have to log with the same address on your YouTube account.
I can't see if I want to see the chat, I have to click on it.
Yeah.
Well, I've been pretty diligent on bringing up the whatever new comments are coming up. Steve taught me that one. He actually texted me one time when I was doing this. He's like, "Hey, check the chat. Highlight these things." Because I would get in the conversation and kind of forget about that side of the screen. So, and also forgetting that I was hosting the thing. So, but
I'm lighting up, boys.
Right on.
Have a cigar.
How was the setup today there, Anthony?
A fucking zoo.
Is there like tents and shit or?
So 2 tents, 20 tables. I just feel bad. It's supposed to downpour, dude, from 2 to 7 here tomorrow.
Well, to give anyone watching the background, it's your niece or who's
my niece? Yeah.
Your niece
graduation party.
Oh,
outdoors.
From high school?
No, college.
Oh, right on. I didn't know.
Nursing. So we want to give her a good party, but
right on. Yeah, that's the part of that half of the country I don't miss is like the unpredictability of outdoor weather for a party. I mean, I know we've been talking big time about next month, but there's also that possibility.
Oh, there is.
Yeah,
that's gonna be
absolutely there is, dude.
But regardless, we're gonna make it fun. Bring it on.
Are you driving, FBA? Are you driving or are you flying?
Driving.
And your wife's coming too?
Yeah. Well, maybe take the opportunity to visit Boston.
Oh, that's
stay.
awesome, FVA.
Yeah, we had never been there, and maybe I don't know, finding a hotel very close to the city center, and then yeah, I don't know exactly. We still have I still have to manage my bookings pretty late, but yeah, that's the plan. Staying there 2 or 3 days, something.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
I'll come in on Thursday afternoon and then leave Sunday morning.
Okay.
And I'm doing the opposite, like 12 hours difference. I'm coming in 8 in the morning Friday and leaving at like 8 Sunday night.
I'm so looking forward to this, though. It's gonna be fucking insane.
Yeah. Does your partner Steve? Does she come with you, partner or wife or?
Is my wife coming? No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
she'll stay home and watch the house and the dog, and
Okay.
she's already taken 2 separate vacations this year on her own without me, so it's payback time.
Yeah. Well, same here. I mean, my wife and I, we have to spend extra for us to all vacation as a family because of the 4 dogs. We can't. I mean, we could take them to a kennel, but we prefer to use Rover, which is basically someone just coming to your house and staying at your house for the length of your trip. And it's easier on the pets. But my God, that's a paycheck right there. I mean, it's got to be easy money for those people too.
Yeah, what do they charge for that?
It's north of $1,000 for the amount of animal, because they count the cats too.
So I mean, is that for a week? That's 7 days. $1,000.
I was paying when I went to Aruba. I paid $34 a day to have my dog like going to it's called the Red Dog.
Yeah.
And they take care of him, all that. That was $34 a day.
But your dog is like that big.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, 100% right, dude. You're right.
Your dog is like the size of our cat, but
dude, and it's hilarious too, because when you book the services, they have options for TV time, music time. It's that, but
do they ask you what genre they prefer?
Yeah,
they're definitely spending the money on that.
So, do they go with Snoop Dogg or Skinny Puppy?
Yeah, exactly. I know, right?
With Pink Floyd Animals on the side too.
There you go. Yeah, dogs. Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so, that's why I gotta stay home and work anyway. But with the girls gone for a while, yeah, it's gonna be taking care of these guys, and then a couple of weeks, that's gonna be my payoff is coming to Boston.
Yeah, that's the one you showed on your last video. Yeah.
I don't know how to do the big thing.
I had never heard of it either, FVA. I didn't even realize it existed, but
Let's see if I can do this.
It's John Lord, but then he's got Ian Pace and
Roger Glover. Yeah, the best.
Glover,
Yeah.
So you got the Deep Purple rhythm section.
Yeah, is it compare? Can you compare to any Deep Purple album, or is it?
I haven't listened to it yet. I spent all day today cleaning the 11 albums that I bought, and I listened to like 3 or 4 of them, but I haven't listened to this yet. I'll probably listen to this tomorrow.
I'm gonna try something real quick. Let's see if this works. Oh, there we go. Now I know.
There it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, London Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. At one point, we had about 12 people watching. Now we're up to 5.
They all all bailed for Alex and Emma.
They all jumped to Emma and Al.
That's all right. That's fine. I'm cool with that. They're going to good people. They could go to worse.
It's not like Sunday evening when you have like 4 live streams at the same time.
Well, that was the thing. I sent Alex an email about it. He's just like, "Oh man, sorry, we got something going on too." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. I don't care."
Right.
I mean, not that I don't care. I don't mind, I should say.
Yeah, they normally do theirs Friday nights. But
Friday, yeah.
They're doing it Saturday because tomorrow night's the Stones, so they're
right.
kind of it in.
And that makes more sense that it's going on. I thought they're like pre-gaming tonight. And I'm like, wait, it's late there. They're, if I was starting 7 Central Time.
Oh, the concert's tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Concert's tomorrow night.
It's tonight too.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it'd be starting right now.
Right.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock here right now. But like I say, they're going to have beautiful weather. It's going to be perfect tomorrow night.
And I mean, Stones, like I said, if I could have gone last month, that would have been one of those shows that I wouldn't mind that it's at a stadium because I hate stadium shows. And then I'm still, on the fence of trying to do the Metallica thing with Grace. So I want to take her. It's just, kind of make it her birthday gift because it's the same month, just, a couple weeks later. And it's on Labor Day weekend, which makes the Sunday that much easier to deal with. So
it's coming up quick, dude.
I know. It's just, and the thing is, my wife was like saying, why don't you just go one night? And I'm like, but they're doing 2 sets, and this is the part that she didn't get. They're doing 2 completely different sets, and in my head, I'm like, if I go to one night, I'm going to be missing out on this, that, and the other song.
Yeah.
Might as well go for the whole experience.
I got both nights.
Oh, of course. I mean, to go one night would be an extremely casual fan. And doesn't matter if they missed out on a bunch of stuff.
Right.
Me, I know that they're going to be putting, absolute bangers on both nights.
I'm sure.
Yeah, they're not going to do,
and it's forever changing too.
Yeah. And that's the thing. The way they're touring. I mean, they have the capability of doing it because they're in the top 10 of of the biggest live bands currently right now.
True.
They can do these weekend gigs and not tour during the week.
Right. Yeah. So the shows I'm going to a Friday and a Sunday.
Yeah, that's the way it is. All their stops.
Oh, okay.
Except for when in Europe they're doing like festival thing. Like I think tonight they're in your old neck of the woods, they're playing in France tonight at Hellfest. Because I saw the stage configuration they were showing live as it was going on in France. Because they got 2 main stages right next to each other.
Exactly. Yeah, never been there. It's mainly for heavy metal or metal stuff.
Yeah.
The Hellfest. Yeah.
Yeah, but I noticed because I remember that they were booked for it, and I didn't realize it was this weekend. But I saw a wide shot of both stages, and I saw the Snake Pit on one side. I'm like, oh, Metallica must be playing tonight then. So, it's probably already happened, if anything, right now. But that's one of the festivals. If I could have traveled to a European festival, that would be the one I'd want to go to. There's not many of the
Wacken in Germany. Wacken.
Wacken would be good.
Wacken, yeah.
But Hellfest was even more on my taste.
Yeah.
Who else is playing?
Fuck, I can look it up right now. The European ones, they got like 900 bands playing.
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah, a very good friend of mine. He was last year, so 3 days there. He saw a priest, and yeah, didn't cannot really remember. I'm not a metalhead, so
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
And that's all good. God, full weekend. Okay. Well, we'll just do today's. Bands that I am. Oh, Anvil. I saw them once more. Blackstone Cherry, Bruce Dickinson solo. I watched that earlier. Chelsea Wolf. Dismember. Extreme.
Scream?
Extreme. Yeah, you're.
Oh, Extreme.
Yeah, I was gonna
Wow.
say you. I mean, you must know Extreme. They're from your neck of the woods there.
Gary Sharon?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Metallica's playing tonight. Mr. Bungle is playing today. But I mean, I saw them. Nile, saw them a long time ago. Saxon, that Steve just saw recently. Stradivarius, Suicidal Tendencies, Casualties. So they got some of the punk element. The Haunted, which I didn't even know they were still around. The Interrupters, which they're like a ska band, almost. So yeah, they're. Oh, and Yngwie Malmsteen.
Hey, FBA, you ever go to the Boss Pop Festival?
No.
In the Netherlands? No.
Never been in the Netherlands. Never been.
Okay.
Yeah, I will try to take a trip to Den Bosch, this fair, this big.
Because they always have a good lineup. We went there in 2005, and it was Marillion, Porcupine Tree, Uriah Heep, Joe Cocker, Peter Frampton.
Wow.
Beth Hart, and one or two others. I can't remember who, but yeah, it was a good lineup.
Now Beth Hart, she's kind of like a modern Janis style vocal.
Yeah, I mean she's from the U.S., but she is huge over there.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
she can't sell out, like a 2,000 seater here, but over there she can play a 10,000 seat venue.
Well, same as one like associated clients of yours, like Altered Bridge.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same way.
There was like a theater back here.
Yeah, it was like Hendrix, I mean, Hendrix couldn't do anything here. He had to go over to England to hit it big.
Yeah.
So.
Trevor, do you remember a band from the 80s called Grim Reaper?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When I was at that record store in Connecticut, they had a copy of the I think it was from 1984. It was their debut.
Yeah, See You in Hell.
Yes, that was it. Great song, by the way, too. Another record that I just left there. Now I'm regretting it, but it had some ringwear on the front, and that's a killer cover. And I didn't want to get it with the hey Mike, I didn't want to get it with the ringwear on the cover.
Hey, MGK's there.
Yes.
Yeah, MG. Yeah.
I sent you a link, Mike, in your email. You want to jump on?
Have you already been to Europe, Trevor?
No, that fell through. That was supposed to be last month. And
yeah, you were asking me in the comments that you were going to the UK or Birmingham. Yeah.
The family that we were gonna go with, they had a scheduling conflict, so it was gonna be the two families going together because the husband, he's from Scotland and he's gonna show us around. That was gonna be one of my jokes earlier when we were talking about accents. Was my buddy Ewan? I know a Scottish guy named Ewan. That's shocking. I was gonna ask him, like, well, once you get amongst your own, am I gonna need a translator? So.
Hey, MGK, I'm doing some math here. 2005, you're with Patty in Amsterdam. I think Caroline is like 18, 19 years old. Was she possibly conceived in Amsterdam?
Uh-oh. Wow. Well, Mike, tell Patty we all said hi.
Yeah.
And we're saying hi to you.
100%.
And we're looking forward to cheesecake. And well, Anthony, he's already sampled it. So
Very good. Patty is no joke. She can make that cheesecake. Very good. I already had the chocolate, so I told him I want to try the plain.
Okay.
And I know Steve has a special request.
Yeah, for a hazelnut one.
Oh, okay.
That sounds amazing with Frangelico.
Yeah, but it's actually made with Frangelico.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I used to make it, but it's been years since I made it, and I don't even know if I'd be able to find the recipe.
Yeah, cheesecake rarely comes in this house, and it's only for me. Carol, when she was a teenager, worked in a bakery, so she was surrounded by cheesecake. She couldn't stand the smell anymore. So
yeah,
I try to be nice and not.
Isn't that? I don't want to offend anyone as a guy from France. Isn't that the New York thing originally?
Cheesecake.
Yeah.
Well, there's the big New York cheesecake. Yeah. But I don't know where it originates from. I'm sure any New Yorker will tell you, yeah, they came up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually on the menu we'll say New York style cheesecake.
Right.
But which I think is basically just plain with like strawberry on top.
Yeah.
Let's see. Over 4,000 years ago, in the 5th century BC, the ancient Greeks. So it must be a Greek thing. So there you go.
Yeah.
Gotta love Google.
Yeah, we'll ask Google. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing around here. Well, speaking of Greek restaurants. They're okay. We'll just go with Mediterranean. In this area, Pacific Northwest, is Mediterranean food restaurants are just they're awful around here. I mean,
really?
I'm part Lebanese, and growing up north of Detroit near Dearborn, which is like the largest Arabic population in the U.S., and you got some of the best Arabic food, outside of, the Middle East there. I was spoiled. And I get out here and they kind of generalize it. It's almost like, not McDonald's, but Denny's. That's the quality of it. So when I go back home, sometimes I'll my dad, who's the Lebanese part of my family, we try to get some of the good stuff while we're home. So,
the best Lebanese restaurant I went to was in the UK. There is this thing called Comptoir Libanais, which means Lebanese comptoir desk, whatever, and it's pretty cool. Yeah.
There we go. We got the answer.
But it's funny when you are in the UK, you have a lot of immigrants from Greece, from Cyprus, from Turkey. So you go to the Turkish restaurant, the Greek restaurant. Wouldn't say it's the same, but it's very similar, in a way.
Well, and I also notice a lot of times I notice from people from the UK, they'll bring up like, going to a curry restaurant, which I'm like, and they're all over the place, which I'm like, I know curry isn't like, really a native thing for the UK, so it must be the immigrants coming there, bringing the restaurants. So
I have to take Alex to a legit pizza place here, though. I can't listen to him talk about Little Caesars anymore.
Hey, Little Caesars is Detroit, man.
It's
I know. No. Yeah, the round stuff, yes, absolute garbage. The square stuff is where it's at.
Dude, the squid, I have zero. I like the Detroit style, dude, with the sauce on top. I like that.
All right, I'm glad you guys brought up. I'm glad you guys brought up pizza. We had pizza the other night from a fairly new pizza place that opened up in our town.
Okay.
The one we always go to has been here. Well, I mean, Sandy, she grew up here, so I mean, she's lived her entire life here, and just happened to meet me who lived here, and so, she's lived here since she's 63 years old now. So that pizza place has been there since she was born. Okay, and that's where we always get our pizza from. So this other place opens, and it's New York style pizza. Okay. And I'm like, man, that's tough selling Chicago because people in Chicago like pizza. They don't want a New York style pizza. So I said, okay, you know what, we'll just go ahead and try it the one night and see what it is. It's 16-inch, okay?
Right.
And, okay, I don't know if you know, you get a Chicago sausage pizza. It has a lot of sausage on it, okay?
It's a pie, literally.
Yeah, I mean, this had maybe 10 pieces of sausage on a 16-inch pizza, okay? And one of the toppings you could order was basil, so I ordered basil. They only had it on like half of the pizza, okay? And there wasn't a lot of it. So, and it's also one of these places, you can't order over phone now. You can only do it online. And you have to give a tip, okay? And I'm like, I hate that because how do I know you're not going to screw up my order? So you want me to go ahead and tip this before I've even accepted it. So I gave the bare minimum tip.
Right.
With tax. Now, I don't know how much you guys pay for pizza by you, but mind you, this is a cheese and sausage and basil pizza, okay? That's all we had on it, okay? Pickup, $38, okay?
Wow.
I don't know what you guys pay for a 16-inch pizza. The place we normally go to, when we get cheese, sausage, and spinach, and it has a lot of sausage and spinach on it, it's normally $24, okay?
Right.
This place is $38.
They're around 28 up here.
How much?
Around 28. A legit place, like a good place.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, if you go to like a Wakefield House of Pizza, you can get it for whatever, $14.
Yeah. Well, this was $38.
Yeah. Was it worth it or no?
It was good, but it's not as good as what we normally get. And
if it's worth it, I'll pay anything as long as it's worth it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, because Steve, you were asking me about it not too long ago about Jets.
Yeah.
Because apparently there's one couple miles from you. There's one in our area, and it's 60 miles north of us. Luckily, it was in close to like my delivery area, and it was the last stop of my day. And I went up there because it had only been open for like a couple weeks. And Jets is from my hometown area, and they do Detroit style, real Detroit style. And I got what's known as an 8-corner, which is like 2 of the squares put together. And I did 2 of those. So it's basically like 4 pizzas. Did just a cheese and a pepperoni. After tip for those, it was $60.
Wow.
But
that was for how? What did you get for that?
I got 2 what they call 8 corners.
Okay.
They're square.
Yeah,
pizza.
I saw it on their menu. Yeah.
Yeah. And after tip, it was $60. And you know what? For me, growing up with that stuff, it was worth every cent of every bite I took of it. And I mean, we didn't eat the whole thing that night. I mean, we foil wrap every piece and throw it in the freezer. But it's nice that it's like within the state, but it's nice also that it's far enough that I'm not having it all the time. In fact, tonight I dug out the pizza oven and actually made my own.
What do you pay by you, FEA?
Yeah, probably the same. 30. It's in Canadian, so I have to translate.
Right.
Domino's pizza kind of stuff, or Boston pizza. Yeah, probably the same. $35 USD. Yeah, something. Yeah.
Okay.
You're paying 35 US.
I have to check. I don't go there like very often. We have a lot of craft, like the real Italian pizza,
Right.
in the bakery. Yeah, not the American. Domino's to me is like the American North America, which is fine. Sometimes when we play tennis with the friends, we order a pizza at Domino's, which is absolutely fine. But then we have a lot of other possibilities in Montreal. French people, Italian people, they do the real pizza, the Monza, the Napolitan pizza, and it's a little bit more expensive, but yeah, you have like really quality, fresh ingredients.
Well,
you can tell if it's fresh or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always had a philosophy. There's no such thing as bad pizza. There's just always better.
Yes.
Pizza's fantastic. Steve, do you like the New York style, the thin crust, or?
Yeah. Whenever I go to the States, when I go to my favorite place for record shopping, Burlington, there is this place they make Italian American pizza, and yeah, I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
But I don't do I don't order the old dress, with pepperoni, with extra cheese. Yeah, just the regular, and it's fine. Yeah.
Well, I mean, hell, even I was at these two guys know. I went to Costco earlier today, and I was almost gonna buy a slice at the food court there, and I'm like, no, I'm making pizza tonight, so I ended up just getting a $1.50 hot dog. But even the Costco pizza, I mean, it's basic as shit. But hey, for $10 you get this monstrosity.
Yeah, they give you half a pie.
Oh yeah, it's huge. Well, I'm just talking like if you buy a whole one, I mean, I remember, when was this? I think it was in 2017. We had a snowstorm here, which is rare, and thankfully it happened on a Friday. We knew it was coming, and my supervisor said, just for some who don't know, I deliver high pressure gas cylinders, and my supervisor said, just take care of the medical stuff and come back, because we knew that the snowstorm was coming and he didn't want us caught up in it. So did that. I think I got back at like 11 o'clock in the morning. And at the time, Fridays, I would treat myself to a coffee because I'm, after work, because, I'm not working the next day. So, having a bunch of caffeine wouldn't be a big deal. So I go into a 7-Eleven, the creme de la creme of coffee, right? And I'm sitting there. I go in, I start making my coffee, and I'm in there like 90 seconds, and it's like someone switched a light, and all of a sudden the downpour of snow was coming. So I go to my daughter's school because they were having early, release. Get her home. Me and my wife are sitting on the couch, and this is when we had a DVR at the time. She's watching a show. She's fast forwarding to, through the commercials, and she's just like, "Oh shit, I forgot to get stuff for dinner tonight." And I knew what she saw. She saw a pizza commercial. I'm like, "All right, there's a lull in the snow. I can go get pizza. What should we do?" And I'm thinking, Domino's. Nah. I'm tired of Papa John's. I'll go get Costco. I'll get 2 because we're gonna be stuck in this house for all weekend. So I got there, and thankfully, I get to Costco, and in relative terms to Costco, it was dead. There was only like 100 cars in the parking lot because everyone did their panic shopping the day before. And I walk in, and I get to the food court. There's one guy in front of me, so there's like no one there. So yeah, we had pizza all that weekend. So,
Is there such a thing as a Boston style pizza?
A
Anthony?
Boston style?
Yeah. No?
No, not that I know of.
FBAs are a Montreal style pizza?
Not sure.
No,
No.
probably not then. No.
Montreal smoked meat, Montreal bagel. I know
Yeah.
it's a big fight between donut, bagel, New York, and at the end of the day, it's the German. They started the same thing all over North America.
I've never had Costco pizza. I don't know.
No, me neither.
it's okay.
I never had it either.
Really?
No, I know it's doughy. I know that.
I would, on quality level, it's probably like, Little Caesars level. But I mean, they crank them out like crazy. But I mean, it's $10 for what you
Right.
get. It's like I said, it's not bad pizza. It's great in a pinch.
Yeah, around here in Boston, it's all thin crust. Believe it or not, like New Haven, Connecticut is, in my opinion, the best pizza around.
Really?
It is from New Haven. Yeah, Frank Pepe's, Sally's, all that stuff. Amazing. And they're starting to branch out up here now.
Okay. Now, isn't Sally's what like Sinatra would have like flown to him like out to Vegas?
I'm not sure if it was Sally's, but he did have like a delivery.
Right. I want to see because that's what my ears rang when you said Sally's.
Yeah.
But I know Sinatra would have like shit delivered to him like across the country.
Yeah,
I can't believe he's not getting Chicago pizza or New York pizza when he's singing songs about Chicago or New York.
Right.
Right,
yes,
Steve.
Nick. Yeah, Nick, I agree.
Have you ever been to Italy?
I have, yeah.
Tony,
I was young though.
Okay.
In 1984, I was 8 years old. I went all over too. We went from Sicily,
Yep,
through Rome, Capri, Venice, Florence, all the way up to Switzerland because my father had family there. So he still had immediate family in Sicily. So we were down in Catania for a while. We stayed with them.
Yeah.
And then one of his cousins ended up moving up to Switzerland. And we went up there. We went for a month. I mean, I was young. When I turned 50, that's where I want to go. I want to either go back to Italy or I want to head back to Hawaii. So another 2 years, we'll see where the hell I'm going. I do got to get back there, though. Italy's beautiful. I know embryonic robots there now.
Yeah, Florence, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, those videos he did were amazing. I want to ask him. Well, I guess I could probably just watch his videos on my iPad and Shazam what he was playing in the background.
Yeah, it sounds very like Joy Division, the guitar. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very cool. I liked it a
Wanted
lot.
to ask you, yeah.
But yeah, good for him. I mean, when I was gonna do my UK trip, that was I wanted to hit the record stores, not so much in Scotland, but in.
I will just give you one advice: avoid London for record shopping.
That's where I wanted to go. Okay, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, you can. The first trip I took to London was beautiful, but the price, I was like, oh, it's damn expensive.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because no matter where you're coming from, you're paying a premium with a pound.
Exactly.
I mean, the first time we went to London, back then it was a 50% premium. So I mean, it was $1 versus $1.50. I mean, it was a killer.
Well, there is one record store I will have to go to when I go there.
Which one?
Third Man Records.
Okay.
There's only 3 of them in the world, and I've been to 2. So I want to go to that one to complete.
You got Detroit, Nashville, and London, right? Is that it?
Yeah, Nashville and London.
Reckless Record is a good one. Or the old Spitalfield Market. This is like a huge flea market, and then you have some. You can find some good deal, but it's not like every day. They have several used stuff, secondhand stuff, and records sometimes. And this is where you can find some really good price in London. Otherwise, you have to rent a car, Trust yourself. Drive on the wrong side, and go a little bit
Yeah,
deeper in
that's
the countryside, and then you find some cool places. Yeah.
I almost got hit by a cab, by a taxi,
Yeah.
because I looked the wrong way going off the street. We went over to Abbey Road Studios,
Yeah.
and I was going to cross the street, and I looked the other way just at the last second, and thank God I did. Otherwise, we may not be having this conversation.
Oh, man.
Or Scotland. Your friend came from Scotland. I was in Edinburgh once, and yeah, this is a much more. The prices are much more affordable in Edinburgh,
Okay.
Glasgow. Yeah,
yeah.
and it's
Okay.
still the UK, and it's still the made in Great Britain presses. So it's still the UK sought after record. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't even know what I'd look for. I'd have to try to figure out a wish list. I mean, because now with the internet, you know, growing up trying to find European singles, you know, it was almost impossible. You had to go to specialty stores,
Yeah,
to find them. But now, you know, you click a few keys and you can find it real easy.
I'm surprised there's not more record stores around me, to be honest with you. I mean, where you guys are, I mean, do you guys have a decent amount that you can go to?
yeah. Montreal,
There's
yeah.
not many used around me at all.
Oh.
It sucks.
Let's
There's
see.
plenty near me. I hate driving, so I just don't go.
Well, you went the other day, right? Yeah, the place you went.
I did, but like, if you remember, it was like 5 minutes from a client, so I was over by
In and out.
him, so it was easy to stop in at that record store.
Well, and how far was this client?
20 minutes from my house.
Oh man, did you pack a lunch?
Yeah, that is like a day trip for me.
I just remember growing up, man. You'd go to every mall. There would be a straw.
Oh yeah.
Or a record town. You know.
I just noticed,
etc. All that stuff. Tape World. There's nothing now.
I just noticed Dave, the pickup artist, his comments. He's talking about the Stones, and then he realizes, oh shit, I'm in another stream.
Yeah.
He meant to put that comment in Emma and Alex.
Right. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the malls are when I was growing up, yeah, we had like Sam Goody, Musicland, which I think are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
And then some of them had Harmony House, which, you know, where I worked for, and that was regional.
Tower Records we had in Boston, which was huge.
Yeah, we had a couple Tower Records. They didn't last long in our area. They came in during the 90s and left pretty much in the 90s too. They didn't last long. But yeah, the indie ones though. There's a town just north of Detroit called Royal Oak, and in the late 80s, early 90s, those stores were so awesome, especially Royal Oak. It was really cool because that was around the time when like all the punks and metalheads, you know, were kind of all on the same level.
Right.
Because, well, a few years before, there was that division. I know it sounds ridiculous now and petty and trivial, but yeah, there was that crossover that was so awesome. And we'd all meet up at these record stores, which for me, I mean, this, you know, for Steve, this might be like a Lord of the Rings journey to get down there. It took me a half hour to get there. So, but yeah, we'd meet, you know, my friends there, and then we'd meet friends of friends, and you network there. And
yeah, we used to buy concert tickets at our places.
Well, they didn't do concert tickets at ours. I mean, well, at Harmony House, but the bigger stuff. But I'm talking the independent ones. And you'd meet guys that were in bands, and you go check them out because they're at the store, you know, putting their stack of flyers,
and sample tapes.
Yeah, that too. It was such a great time, and
yeah, man, a lot of self promotion.
I sound old, but it's just, but it was such a fun time, you know, to to discover new things and, very organically. Hey, John from Florida. What's up? How are you doing?
Hey, John, you missed the live chat on Sunday night when we reviewed Stone Roses.
Yeah.
Because that was John's suggestion for the album we should listen to.
I'll throw that up there.
All right, boys, I'm going to hop off. FVA, have a safe trip down here, buddy. I'll see you in 3 weeks, amigo.
Yeah, thank you.
Can't
Yes.
wait.
Yep.
Steve, Trevor, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right.
All right, brother.
All right, have a
Take
good
care.
night.
Have a good night.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to hop off too because I got up early. And I mean, I get up early as it is, but I got up real early.
Oh. Yeah.
And,
John was asking, how did it go? I don't know. You could probably just go back in the archives and watch it.
yeah, well, I could tell you, Marcia, it was a 10 for her. It's one of her few albums that she gives a 10 to. It's one of her all-time favorite albums that I remember.
Okay.
So, all right, I'm going to cut out. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. We'll talk to you probably tomorrow.
Take care,
All right.
Steve.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care. So, yeah. Well, John, my thing with Stone Roses, because I was the kind of the odd man out on that one, because I had never listened to them. I'd known of them for decades. I liked it. Would I buy it? Probably not. But I did enjoy it. There was a few songs I really, really dug. I'd probably stream them again some more. I had to do a tiny little bit of research on when it was released, being in, it looked like late 89. So I was kind of putting myself into late 89, which, musically, I wasn't into that kind of stuff at the time. So, now with more mature ears, and honestly, I know I bring up Harmony House ad nauseum, and people are like, "Oh my God, he's bringing it up again." Working in a record store with a very diverse crew working with you, you learn a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to take your blinders off. Anyone who sticks with one genre, I'm sorry, I'll call you out. You're boring if you stick with one genre and one genre only. There's just so much good stuff on there, which I know it sounds cliche.
No, it doesn't. We've been discussing this with in the French vinyl community lately, and about how eclectic are you? How willing are you to explore, to listen to different genre? And yeah, it's in a way, when you're a teenager, even you're a metalhead or you're listening to hip hop, it's like, I want to be part of a group. I need social acceptance, peer pressure, or whatever you may call it. And when I was probably 16 or 18 years old, you are not like very eclectic. You're listening to one or two different genres, and then after you grow up, and yeah, if you work in a record store, or if you're in life, you have the chance to talk with someone who knows about other stuff, and gives you the envy to explore. Then it's a good opportunity, but you have to want to make a move, and you have to meet the right persons.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for working there, I mean, I wouldn't be seeing one of the bands I'm seeing in September. A French act called Air.
Yeah.
They're going to be doing Moon Safari. They're arguably their biggest record.
Yeah, it is in 99 or
98 when it
98,
came out.
yeah.
And I was working there when that came out.
Yeah.
And it was the 90s, so there was a bit of a 1970s revival going on in that decade, and they had a very 70s sound to it, and so that's what intrigued me. Hi, buddy.
The house, a lot of French DJs, they were looking their inspiration in the mid 70s funk stuff, like Bob Sinclair or David Guetta, for instance. And I know late 90s, early 2000s, it was sort of a revival of the 70s in the electronic music, and what we call the French touch, with the air, or with other bands like Mojo, for instance.
Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't really in, or Massive Attack was something very, very, very different from Bristol, but it's interesting. When I look back, maybe the band like Tortoise played were a massive source of inspiration for all new things to come. Maybe people were like fed up. I don't know. They were listening to alternative rock, My Bloody Valentine, and then when came Oasis, people say, okay, now it's maybe an end of something because they are looking back. It's not like evolving,
Right. Yeah, I got you.
It's something. I've been reading a lot of things because I was a little bit too young. I was born in '86. And I'm very into prog rock, into 70s stuff. But I try to grasp, to understand what happened in the 90s, why people love Oasis, Blur, and the Britpop, what people don't like, what happened when people say Nirvana was a big thing, and then went to more electronic stuff. What happened? And
my opinion. Hold on, let me let the dogs up real quick. Hold on. Bring it up. No. Like Nirvana, it's funny how they say they changed the landscape of the music scene. Having the background with the punk and indie scene of the late 80s, they weren't really, to me, they weren't doing much different than a lot of other bands I was already listening to. That's what, and this is where it kind of sounds like, kind of the tin hat conspiracy thing. It was all a media push. They chose a band that they liked.
Yeah.
And they put it out there a whole lot. And so it just got the exposure. And then moving on to electronic stuff. I don't know. The 90s had a big electronic techno boom going on. But
two reasons: the technology was available for practically anyone. You could build up a studio in your basement, so to say, and a part maybe of young people were not fed up, but sorry for lack of words, but there was like, hey, no, Oasis, Blur, it's not something new.
Right.
Some say it's a rip of the Beatles. I disagree. I can understand, and I'm not really don't fully agree with that, but I can understand why some people move to electronic music or trends. They say, okay, rock is over.
Right.
There is no evolution any longer.
See, I kind of melded the two because that's where I got into, coming from my heavy metal background.
Yeah.
That is, kind of known, from my background. I got in. That's when I discovered Ministry, and they kind of melded the heavy metal with the electronics, and to me that was just mind blowing. Like, wow, you can mix these two together. And then I found out there's a lot of other bands that did the same thing too. So I got into all those things. And that was a thing that in the 90s, a lot of mixing of different genres into one act was kind of a cool thing at the time. I don't really see that a whole lot now. I mean, it could be going on, and I just don't know because there's so much out there that's all coming at the same time. It's hard to keep up.
When you are talking about classic rock, to me it's easy to say, okay, this song was released in, I have a 2 years frame. I can recognize, is that 65 or 75. I'm able to date. It's much more harder to say, hey, that's a 2002 or 2008. You know what I mean? I have the feeling the music was it was great. Technology evolved very fast, MTV and internet, and I think up until 95, 96, we have it went really fast, and after that, early 2000, people were more looking back, 70s funk, do the remix, the rearrange, or search for inspiration in the past. So, and technology didn't evolve that fast as 20 or 30 years late before that.
I mean, there was a few things that in the classic rock era that sounded way before its time. Nashville. Hello. Hi. You're here. I'm on talking with the French Vinyl Addict on live stream right now. I'm not on speakerphone, so you're not being heard everywhere. Okay. Cool. All right. I'll FaceTime you in a little bit. All right. Love you. Bye. All right. Yeah, sorry. They just arrived in Alabama, so.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, my daughter is going to space camp.
Space camp.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's part of it's a major offshoot of NASA. They got people teaching kids about space and all that. This is their second year in a row going.
Okay.
So. Oh, that was sweet. Yes, John, it was. Keep the wife happy. But no, what I was saying about classic rock things that sounded like way before their time, and I know you brought up the Beatles earlier. As a little kid in the 70s, when I would hear "Gotta Get You Into My Life" off of Revolver, I thought that was a Wings song.
Okay, interesting.
Because it just, with the sound of the horns and all that stuff, it sounded like a 70s song. I didn't realize it was 5, 6, 7 years prior to what I thought it was. So
it's interesting. I'm a huge Beatles fan, and everything what came after Rubber Soul to me doesn't sound 60s. Doesn't sound 60s like the Monkees or Cliff Richard kind of stuff.
Right.
Everything was tailored to be played on radio stations. The classic early 60s stuff. Yeah, it's funny you say that. Revolver is my favorite album. I do have in several format, mono, stereo.
Okay.
And it's every song sounds a bit different, but it's still an uniform. It has still something like common on the record.
Right. Well, and especially their two last records with Let It Be and Abbey Road.
Yeah.
They're, to me, and I'm sure to a lot of other people, they're timeless sounding.
Absolutely, yeah. Abbey Road, to me, it's almost like a perfect record. And the technology evolved so fast. They didn't have a right. The speaker has not been sized correctly when they were playing gigs. This is why they one of the reasons they decided to stop touring. And you see when McCartney with Wings, when he went on tour back again with Linda, tour over America, 10 years later, technology had evolved. You can see him like a baby. Oh, this new console speaker, Everything is now better to we can play in stadium or in arena. What wasn't possible 10 years earlier.
Right.
So technology played a massive role in the way music evolved. The full track recorder, tape machine, then MTV, and now what evolution do we have now? If I was like 15 years old, okay, I have Spotify, I have everything in my phone, but back in the days, you had to find a contract, you had to find a person you had to deal with.
Right.
Okay, and now we have to please to machines, to algorithm. This is why music start with a chorus, with a like a punchline,
Mhm.
which is pretty sad, pretty sad in a way.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays, yeah, getting music out there is easier.
Yep.
It's just there's no dam to hold a lot of it back and let the good stuff out. It's just everything's out there.
Yep.
Which makes it more difficult. Yeah, you can have your music out there easier, but for people to actually take it and absorb it, and digest it is way more difficult now.
To stand out, yeah.
Yes.
To stand out all of the mass of information you have, plus we see with TikTok, it's horrible. People are. I was in France 2 months ago, and I saw people in the bus on my way to the airport. I took the bus,
Mm-hmm.
and there were young kids in their phone. They were like scrolling, watching TikTok videos, and it's the number information they don't want. They are afraid to miss something, so they have to consume. Oh, I have 20 minutes bus drive, so I have to scroll, and you don't go deeper because it's only like a 30 seconds thing. I need to laugh to scroll up to the next one.
Right. Yeah.
And,
The advent of the smartphone.
Yeah.
Ironically, smartphone.
Yeah.
It's making people's attention spans, almost non-existent. Though, I mean, my daughter, she's 11. She'll be 12 in a couple months. She learned some stuff from TikTok. She discovered Ghost from TikTok.
Yeah.
She came up to me and asking me, "He's like, hey, have you ever heard of this Ghost band?" And I'm like, "I know of the band Ghost, but Ghost band." And she must have seen like their, well, then Twitter, handle on their Ghost _band. So, that was a thing that, since I had been listening to Ghost for years prior to that, that was something that her and I can bond with. And then, was it last weekend? Father's Day weekend. We did, our annual record store excursion, and she bought a record from an artist I never heard of, but she heard him on TikTok, and she bought the record for it.
Yeah.
So, there are some good things with it.
Yeah, I can agree. Yeah, it's a way to discover new things, but do the people really go deeper? When we were young, I had to take the bus. I had to save money. I have to buy a CD, which cost a fortune back then, because I didn't have a regular money from my parents when I was 11 or 12 years old. So it took me 4 years to buy the entire Beatles discography on CD.
Okay.
And believe me, I know every nook and cranny of the albums. I was reading books. I go to the library at school at junior high, and I invested my time, and I think now it's fine to have all this media, cell phone, a smartphone, and to be able to access information sometimes for free.
Right.
But I think it's our responsibility. I don't have any kids, so I wouldn't say the parents do that to your kids. But if I had kids, I would say, okay, use your smartphone. You have like 1 hour, and when you find a topic, don't waste your time consuming 50 videos a day when you find a topic interesting, we can go a little bit deeper, do the search, we can talk about that. So to be not an expert, but this is the way I see things. This is how I improved when I was trying to speak German or know about music or cooking. I sometimes I stop and say, now I have enough information, I have enough recipe, I have to go a little bit deeper.
Right.
Yeah, this is the way I see things. It's like videos. It's like you were like watching 50 videos a day on YouTube, and only watching videos, VC members or other stuff, and never step back and never say, okay, now finding a way to discover more about this artist, finding a way to go deeper, and this is this is my.
Well,
What's your?
I liked earlier in the chat, Jeff Witcher, he was doing those deep dives on certain artists.
Yeah.
And, there are artists I definitely heard of because they're huge, but I just never got into them. And he did such a phenomenal job that I actually got interested in listening to those artists.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I do subscribe to Apple Music, and purely because of my job. I'm in a truck all day, or I'm moving cylinders all day. So if I'm, spending an hour moving cylinders, believe me, I have my AirPods in and I'm listening to stuff. So I want to collect vinyl. And as we all know, vinyl is a very time-consuming hobby.
Yeah, it is. Finding them, tracking them. Yeah, I know.
And listening to them.
Yeah.
That's we're talking, what on a lighter end, a 38-minute LP to 45 minutes for a good album, or if it's a double album, it's very time-consuming.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So and I average working. I do about 60 hours a week working.
Yeah.
So I don't really have time to sit in the room with my records, because when I get home and I've been gone for 16 hours out of the day, out of the house. Yeah. Do I want to listen to a record? Sure. Should I spend time with my family? Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I spend a lot of time on the road as well when I have to see clients up north Quebec. It's the same. Right. I want to enjoy music. I don't carry my turntable in my car. It's the same. So I have Spotify on my phone as well.
Right. So I know a lot there, but there are some vinyl collectors that they want you to feel guilty for having that. I'm like, I don't. I pay. I mean,
it's all about music. At the beginning, I'm a music lover. Of course, vinyl is a go-to. I spend money to ship my collection from France to Canada. So I agree, it mattered. The format does matter. But I want to listen to music when I'm on the road, when I have a long hour drive distance here in North America, where I live. I enjoy having Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
But going a little bit deeper is when I have a soft spot for find a rabbit hole, and I have the feeling a lot of people only scroll, and want to consume it and don't understand. It's like typical example, technician. Call a technician, he fix a problem within 5 minutes.
Right.
And some say clever, very smartly, you don't pay me for 5 minutes, you pay me for my 20 years of experience.
Right.
I was able to fix the problem within 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah, because the person that has the problem, they would be there for hours trying to fix it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But well, listen, I'm gonna
hop off as well. Yeah.
There's one more comment that Mickey said. I didn't want to ignore him, but thanks, Mickey, if you're still on. Thank you. And that solo you did, Mickey, was I commented it was great. I loved it. FEA. It's okay. Let me get. We were saying like for a short name is Romy or Rami or what would you?
Oh, the real name.
Yeah, because I can't get the
Yeah, no worries. No
something
one
about
can.
the embouchure. I can't get
Yeah.
it, but
No, the German cannot. I used to work in the German-speaking part. It's a French name. No one can outside the French speak. It's Romuald. Romuald, but you can call me Romy or FEA. It's
Rami.
fine. No
Rami.
worries.
That
No
I will
problem.
get. Okay, because
Yeah,
when
Romeo.
when we meet up in person and I get
Yeah.
to shake your hand, or if you're inclined to a bro hug, I want to see
Yeah, I will. Yeah,
the FBA thing, which is
it's
works
fine.
out great.
It's
But
fine.
I want to respect people with at least close to their name as possible. So
No,
Rami,
it's fine. This is why I called the channel French Vinyl, because if I had called Romuald, no one would have been able to pronounce. But everyone keeps. How do you pronounce your name?
yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, at least the abbreviated version of it.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
So Rami,
Yeah.
thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. I
Thanks
love
for
hanging
having
out
me.
with you,
Yeah.
especially now one-on-one with which we've
Yeah.
never done. It's been a real honor, and I look forward to meeting you in person in a few weeks.
See you in 3 weeks. Yeah, Trevor.
All
Take
right.
care.
Take care, everyone in the chat who's left. All 2 people. Have a good night. Have a great
Take care,
weekend.
everyone. Bye
All
bye.
right. Bye-bye.